G'day folks, this afternoon I've made my way back to Lake Eildon to do a bit of bait fishing, but I've come over here for a different reason this time. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Last time I fished here I was with Sonny, and I came here because it was my birthday and it's what I wanted to do on my birthday because I love fishing here. Well, I'm here because I love fishing here, but I've come over here today because I came over to pick up a boat trailer for my boat. You may have seen my recent boat video, and I said I got my license again and I just got a boat and I was going to get rid of the trailer I had and get another trailer and blah blah blah. Well, a wonderful man named Jeff, it's been an absolute pleasure dealing with you today. You're a ripping fella. Jeff, I went and picked up this boat trailer down the other side of Alexandria off Jeff today, and I'm on my way home. So I thought, well, I can't drive past Lake Eildon without throwing a line in. So right now I'm going to be parked on the bank of Lake Eildon with a boat trailer hooked to my car with no boat and fishing from the bank. Check this out, I'm just in the process of carrying my stuff down to the lake, down to the water's edge. This isn't a good sign. No fish. Somebody has been fishing here and written no fish on the bank in rocks. That doesn't give me much hope. Maybe when I leave, I can leave the word fish, remove the no and change it to 7. 7 fish. That's the plan. Righto, I've got my 2 rods rigged and ready. I'm going to have the running sinker on the long rod and the paternoster on the short rod, and they're both going to have, or they've both got 2 Janjuk worms on them. Now, what's going to make this trip different to the last 2? This is my 3rd trip over here this winter, and what's going to set this apart from the other 2 is that in the other 2 I caught carp, redfin and roach. In this video I'm going to catch a yellow belly. You all about it. Jeez, that was a big fish. Now, this isn't a fishing video, this is a bit of a story video, or an update you could call it, but I'm going to be telling you what's coming up on my channel regarding boat. This isn't a fishing video. This is a story video. I said that at the 15-second mark of the video that I made about my boat. I said that it wasn't a fishing video and it was a story about my boat license and how I used to have it and then didn't have it, then got it again. Someone commented and said, I like your videos, but I don't want to hear, what did he say? I like your videos, but I don't want to hear about your problems. I just want to see you catch fish. I wasn't talking about my problems, I was just telling a story, and in my defence, right at the very start of that video, I said that it's not a fishing video and it's more of a story video, but you chose to keep watching it. I've got nothing here for you, mate. Oh, pelican, eh? It's like a big jet taking off. I'm struggling to keep sort of any tension in the line, and I don't want my lines to be right next to each other, so I've got a stick. I'm going to put this stick in the ground up here and put one of my rods on this stick just to separate them a little bit. I might cast this one upwind. I don't particularly like to do that with a running sinker rig, but I'll just give it a go and see if it works. Bloody, that's a big bite, he's on there. Got him. I was just on the phone to Loretta, I said, I've got to go, I want to film this pelican as it swims past. There's a pelican, and just as I was on the phone, and just as I put the camera up on my head, I got a big bite, and I've got to tell you, it's feeling a bit like a yellow belly. It is fighting like a yellow belly or a cod. It's just not going left and right like carp do. It's pulling back. It's quite a heavy fish. It's got to be a carp just by the weight. Tell you what, if this is a yellow belly, I'm going to be super happy. I've been here nearly an hour and a half. Yeah, it's got to be a carp. It's too heavy to be a yellow belly. Unless it's a cod. I was just about to switch my camera into 4K so that I could film this pelican. Actually, pelican, hang around. If this is a carp, I might just have your lunch for you. I can see colour. It's quite large. It's got to be a carp. I think it's a big carp. I think it's a big cod. No, it's a thumping great yellow belly. It is a big yellow belly. Didn't I say that? The difference with this trip is that I'm going to catch a big yellow belly. In this video, I'm going to catch a yellow belly. So you all thought I was lying, didn't you? You all thought I was talking crap. Can you believe it? The 3rd trip over here, that is a pig of a fish. I think I'll put that one back. I'd like to eat. I'll get a photo and decide. It might be too big to eat. That's a big yellow, that's a very big yellow belly. Yeah, that'll taste terrible, I reckon. I'll get a photo of it and put it back. Wow! The only thing I've got to measure this big fish with, I brought him over here, this spot's a bit damper and a bit shadier, is this yabby brag mat. So, from there to there, he's 40. Oh, he's 50, about 53. 53, but very fat. That is an absolute pig of a fish. Wow. Off you go, mate. Don't come back this way, you stupid yellow belly. They always do that. Off you go. That is an absolute pig of a yellow belly. Wow. I can still see him. Wow. Sorry, pelican, today's not your lucky day. Every other time it's been a carp when you haven't been here. Now that you're here, it's a yellow belly and I've got to put it back. I'm as happy as 10 pelicans. Wow, 53 centimetres, a very fat Lake Eildon yellow belly. Even if I don't catch another fish, I'll be going home very, very happy. I kept saying it's too heavy, it's got to be a carp, unless it's a cod. I could just feel it was a heavy fish, but it was fighting like a yellow belly. That was out there. You all know I love a feed of yellow belly, and if that had been about 4 or 5 centimetres shorter, I reckon I would have kept it. There's a big difference between, say, a 47 and a 47 and a 52, 53 centimetre yellow. I reckon that was 53. That's pretty conservative. It might have been a little bit over, but around about 53. And they get very, very fatty at that length, especially in still water where they don't have to burn off calories competing against the current. Wow. For anybody wondering what my biggest ever yellow belly is, it's 62 centimetres. So it's another 9 centimetres longer than that. I've caught quite a few around the high 50s, around the 58, 59. But the 62 that I got while trolling in Lake Eildon with my friend Brenton Richardson years ago was probably, it was without doubt the biggest one I've ever caught. Why do I keep getting snagged out there? I'm going to check the bait on this rod and I've got a snag. It's only just out there as well. Hanging around, pelican. I'll see if I can catch you a carp after I re-rig. Sonny asked me the other day if I've used the Swiss Army knife that he gave me for my birthday yet. I haven't. I said, I carry it with me. I either keep catching carp or undersized fish. Now I've got one that's too big. Got the opposite problem. Might put 2 sinkers on here just to help keep a bit of tension in the line. Happy for you to hang around, pelican, but just don't go paddling into my slack line. I don't want to have to untangle a pelican. That wouldn't be very pleasant. That's a bit closer and a little bit further to the right because I keep getting snagged over there. These are awesome, these little short brag mats. It's a mini brag mat. It's the yabby brag mat. They're designed for stretching yabbies out, but I use it more for fishing. I use it when I'm fishing for blackfish because they fit on it. Oh, we're getting another bite here. Oh, I reckon he was on there then. That was pulling really tight. This is the rod that, there he goes. This is the rod that I just caught that yellow belly on. Literally not 5 minutes ago. Oh, I missed it. I'll leave it there. There's not a second to lose. He might come back. Actually, I might lose a second. I'm going to give that about 5 seconds, I reckon. And if it doesn't come straight over and hit it, I'm going to reel it in and cast it back out. Because I reckon I know exactly where it was, and sometimes I reckon that the sinker falling through the water can attract the fish. What I was going to say about that brag mat was it's super handy, and you can get them from Decal Evolution if you're looking for one. If I remember, I'll put a link in the video description, but I've got a memory like a sieve. This pelican, he knows something's going down. He's got a lot of faith in me, this bird, and he's just hanging around. Just had another nibble on the running sinker. There he goes. He's pulling up the slack. I can see the slack getting taken up. Got him. Whoa, this feels heavier than the last one. I kid you not, it feels like another yellow belly. I'm kind of high sticking here just to get it above any snags. Oh, it's 100% a yellow belly. I don't think it's as big as the last one, so it might be a keeper. This pelican's hanging around. He knows something's going down. It's certainly got yellow belly vibes. It's not, carp usually take off in one direction, come up to the surface, whereas native fish, cod and yellows often just pull straight down. I reckon I saw it, I reckon it's a yellow. It is a yellow and it's a nice one. It's not quite as big as the last one. I reckon I've got one for the esky. Oh no, it's a carp. I was getting a bit ahead of myself. Oh well, I've got something for old mate over here. I'll dong him on the head with an axe. I've got a tomahawk here. You can have tomahawks in Victoria. They haven't banned them yet. Can't have machetes because you can attack people with machetes, but you mustn't be able to attack people with tomahawks. Right. That's a perfect size for you, mate. I don't want to throw it in the water in case it sinks because it's got a hole in its head. Right, pelican, you ready? There you go, mate. Oh no, it's in the water. It's kicking around a little bit. That'll just be its nerves. Check this out, it's right there. It's literally only 5 metres from me. Maybe 7 at the most metres. Yeah, maybe I'm just a little bit too close. I'll go back a bit. Now that I'm back a bit, probably 12 metres away now, I gotta guess. He's got it, look. He's got it. Straight down the hatch. How good is that? Well, to whoever put this no fish sign on the ground here, I apologise if the fish happened to swim past while I'm here, but they didn't while you were here. It's just the way it goes sometimes. I'm going to put a fresh worm on. Right, I just put a new hook on this running sinker rig because I actually snapped the other one while unhooking that carp. But while I'm setting this up and reeling in the slack, let me just tell you something about yellow belly. Yellow belly are one of the nicest eating fish that we have, as long as they're the right size. And what is the right size? Well, they're subject to a minimum size of 30 centimetres. As a rule of thumb, and it does vary from waterway to waterway, yellow belly from lakes, anything over that 45 to 47 centimetres is just starting to get a bit fatty. And in rivers, up to 50 to 50, you get about 5 centimetres extra out of a river. So, 45 to 47 from a lake, 50 to 52 from a river. That's the rule of thumb. That one there, that was 53 that I caught earlier, but it was just so fat. It had that big steep hump on it. They get very, very fatty and really bad eating. As they get bigger, they just become really fatty. Unlike redfin, it doesn't matter how big you get them, they sort of stay the same consistency, but yellow belly don't. You can cut a lot of the fat off them, but there's still fat sort of embedded in the meat, and they just taste bad. They don't taste good. So the best eating yellow belly out of a lake like here, be 30 to 45 centimetres. Out of a river, 30 to 50 centimetres. They're going to be the best ones, and over that they start to decline in their taste. And the reason for that is in rivers where there's current, the fish are constantly moving and burning calories. They're burning fat. They're not storing fat. They're burning it off just to stay in one spot because of the current. Whereas in these lakes, they can afford to be a lot lazier. They don't have to work as hard, and therefore they don't burn as much of that fat off, and that's why they get a lot fattier in lakes. There he goes. Just had a nibble on a little stumpy. Something's just playing with it. All the bites have been on that rod so far until now. It's a very finicky little nibble, this one. There's a bite, look, something's taking up that slack. Oh, as soon as I got here, put it dead. Dropped it. There he goes, taking him up again and missed him. I put it straight back out. There's not a second to look. I've got him. There you go, folks. Look at that. Is that a record? Have a look at the size. When I was reeling it in, I'm thinking, I think there is something on there. Have a look at the size of that redfin. Oh well, 3 fish, 3 species. That's if you'd class that one as a fish. That's tiny. Here you go, mate. There's a big yellow belly out there waiting for you somewhere. Three fish, three species. Now if I can get a roach, that'll be 4 from 4, and that's quite a possibility. Then I'll have to catch a cod or a trout to get the 5th, and that could be a challenge. I might be able to get a mirror carp, because does that count as a different species? Probably not. Whoa, 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 whoa! Big bite on this rod then. I heard a noise over there, a knocking noise, so I looked over to see what the noise was. Just in time to see this one. There it goes. Here we go, something's playing with it. Getting quite a few bites today. I'm going to hold this because something's nibbling at it. I'll hold it down so there's a fair bit of slack. Then I can watch the fish take up the slack. There it goes, the slack's been taken up. It's been taken up, it's been taken up, and got him. It's not a big fish, but it's not a tiddler either. If it's a redfin, it'll be a good size one. If it's a yellow, it might be okay. You could have a nice size redfin on here if I'm lucky. It could be a little carp too. It's not a tiddler fish, but it's not a huge, big, fat carp either. I don't know what this is. It feels like a nice redfin. It is a nice redfin. Can you believe that? Well, folks, I'm going home with a feeder fish. Can you believe that? Wow, I'm having the most amazing afternoon here at Lake Eildon. That is a beauty. Probably 30 centimetres, give or take maybe a centimetre or two. You beauty. I'll throw it on my Yabby brag mat and get a measurementation. And then get my line back in quickly because there's not a second to lose. Because if there's a school out there, I need to get my line straight back on top of it. Real quick measure. Nothing too sort of accurate, but it is nearly 30, 31. Bit over 31. 31 centimetres, you ripper. Now I've quickly killed that redfin, but I haven't gutted it or anything. I want to get my line straight back in. Redfin are a schooling fish, especially the bigger ones. So where there's one, there is a good chance that there could be more. Yeah, I called that well. I said if it's a redfin, it'll be a nice one. If it's a yellow belly, it might be okay. 31 centimetres. If it was a yellow belly, it'd only just be legal. Geez, I nearly got the bloody pelican then. If it was a yellow belly, it'd just be okay. It'd just be legal. And if it was a redfin, it's a nice one. I called that well. Well, I finally get to christen my Swiss Army knife that Sonny bought me for my 50th birthday. Full of eggs. Look at that, full of eggs. Look at the sun shining on that house over there. I'm going to take a photo of it with my phone. Looks pretty epic. There's a bite, here we go, take it, and have I missed him? Have I got him, or is another little one? I've missed it again. I'm getting some really nice bites on this rod, but I just can't hook them. This rod. God, how did I miss that? Sure he was on there. Just had a nibble on the paternoster. I'm sitting right on top of the running sinkery because it's been getting most of the bites. Oh, here we go, he's got that. Right, my rods are back together again. But they're on different rod holders. Perfectly good rod holder there with 2 rod rests. And I've got my rod leaned up against a stick right beside it. Here's a bite, he's taken that. Oh, I should have struck. I was going to strike. Here comes a boat. Just heading out. I'm just about to pack up and head home. It'll be one of those big cod anglers going out here after dark, targeting the big cod, possibly with a live scope. That's okay, that's their thing. I'd rather go home and have something to eat and climb into a nice warm bed. Gee, it's hooking along. I've got a small fish on here. I didn't get the hook up because I was just reeling it in to check the bait, and I can feel a bit of weight. I don't know what it is. Thought I'd reel it in and check the bait, and there's something small on here. I think it's a little redfin. Or is it a roach? It's a redfin. It's actually not that little. I mean, it's not big, but it might complement the one that I've got. No, I couldn't be bothered. I could fill it if I wanted to. It's not like a tiddler like that other one that I got. No, I won't worry about it. Too much stuffing around. Another centimetre or two longer, and I reckon that one would have gone in the esky with the other big one that I got. Well, I put the running sinker rig back in. Might be for the last time. It's starting to get a bit dark. Well, that's 5 fish, 3 species, 3 redfin, 1 magnificent yellow belly, and a carp that went straight down the throat of a pelican. That last one, then I didn't get the hook up because I didn't see the bite. I just checked the bait, or put new bait on this other rod, and I thought, well, I'll check the bait on the running sinker while I'm at it. And when I reeled it in, there was a fish on. Oh, there's a bite. Can I say when I reeled it in, there was a fish on the end. He's biting that. Got him. Another one. Straight away. That one wouldn't have been in for 2 minutes. This one, if this is a redfin, this will be a keeper. It's a bit heavier than the one that I just threw back. It's not a big fish. I don't think it's a carp. I reckon I might have a nice reddy here, another nice reddy. Bigger than the last one, but not as big as that other big kahuna that I got earlier. That'll be my guess. And it's pretty much right on the dot. He is a little bit bigger than the last one. Look, I couldn't be bothered. I just couldn't be bothered filleting it. Gee, that happened quick. 6. Back out with the same worms on. When I got here, the big no fish rocks on here, the sign that said no fish made out of rocks. I said I'm hoping to change that to 7 when I leave. There's quite a fair chance that could happen. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my fishing rods in set line mode. I'm going to loosen the drag so that if a fish grabs it, it doesn't pull the rod in. I'm going to put them in my U-Butte fishing rod holder with at least one runner behind the thing there so that it can't pull it forward. Now I'm going to go and pack everything up. Then I'll come and check my set lines when I'm ready to leave. They're the last things I pack up. These spare rocks can all go over here. 6 fish. Right, I'll just check these set lines. I'll have to do a good start. I'm tangled. Do me drag up. There's a fish on here. I'm not even joking. There's a fish on here. I'll just change that thing to say 6 fish. Now I have to change it back to say 7. What is that? It's wiggling a lot. I think it's wrapped around something. There's definitely a fish on here, but it's wrapped around a branch or something. Here it is. What have we got? Another little redfin, I think. That's a nice redfin. That's a keeper. I'm going to put that one in the esky with the one that I've already got. I caught a redfin on a set line. Well, we'll call it a set line. Can you believe that? What a way to end this trip. I better go and change the rocks to say 7 fish. Wow. I'm so excited. He's actually swallowed that right down as well. I have just put my esky, my knife, everything away. Now I've got to get it out again, but that's not a bad problem to have. You beauty. I'll check my other set line. Now when I say set line, it's just a joke. My rod is literally 20 metres from the car. But I'm just not paying attention to my rod, so you are not going to believe this. You're just not going to believe this. There's another fish on here. It's not as big as the one I just got. I reckon it's another little redfin. Gee, they don't normally bite this late at night, the redfin. That's 8 fish. Can you believe that? There's actually a lot of things here that are pretty unbelievable. That is unbelievable. And he's even lip hooked. The other one was gut hooked. I'll unhook him and I'll throw him back. 2 on the set lines. But like I said, they're not set lines. That's just a joke because I'm not paying attention to my rods while I pack stuff up. I leave my rods in, pack everything up and grab the fishing rods last. Well, usually it's last. This time the last task will be gutting that other redfin that I just caught. So what did I get? 8 fish. 6 redfin, including 2 keepers, a thumping yellow belly and a carp. I've had so much fun. Eight fish. Well folks, some days are just diamonds in the rough. Today was an extraordinarily good day for me. Picked up the boat trailer, had one of the best winter fishing sessions that I've had all winter. I'm going home a very happy man. Thank you all very much for watching.